Air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. What you are going through does not define your worth. What you are enduring and how people have handled you does not define your worth. If anything, it's a view and a perception of how you have viewed and valued yourself. But it doesn't mean to beat yourself up. It doesn't mean to beat the world up. But I do feel like you guys are more in a period of allowing and embracing anger, which is important. And air signs can have trouble with processing anger in a lot of ways because it doesn't make sense. And a lot of things have to make sense to you guys, and you just kind of want to be over it. But the way over it is actually through. It's not stepping over anything anymore because there's a reinvention occurring with you guys. Now, I do also feel like what's being highlighted as well is some severe codependency issues and like holding on to relationships that you were supposed to let go of probably years ago, or because you made sense of it, right? So where this process currently right now is really about you feeling, like it's more so about your feelings. So like there's definitely like a battle of you kind of trying, like you're in a lot of pain, and the anger is sadness. And so like you're feeling like you're not getting the same version of people, or you're not getting your needs met, or do people even care about you? When in reality, like it's very kind of, Spirit has cleared the way because you need to really get into yourself more. And like bouncing things off of people too much or leaning on them and being codependent of them wasn't allowing you to feel and process this anger. And in order for you to get out of the loop of self-sacrifice and making sense of why so many karmic ties with family, with relationships, with friendships, with work, with whatever it is, worked for you, you need space. You're being developed. And where we are developed is in the dark. Where we are developed is when we really sit with ourselves and process what is really occurring. You can get some help. You can go to therapy. You can do different things to like, have someone to hold your hand a little bit. But really, like, you need to really take a big, deep dive and a look at yourself. I also want to say that, again, it's important not to villainize and victimize, right? Like, in the anger process, yes, you've been victimized. I'm not taking anything away from you. Things have been done to you, but you haven't been innocent, right? Like, a lot of times we don't see where, oh my gosh, I did so much for these people, and I showed up, and I tried to do this, and you did it because you're so dope, by the way. But also, people pleasing and overgiving is a tactic, whether it's subconscious and we're aware or not, of us trying to create some type of exchange where it's like, well, I need this from you. So somehow you are kind of looking for something from these people, or you wouldn't be doing it that way. That's why we do it, because we're looking for like our needs to be met, but we can't even identify our needs. Or, people can only meet you where they've met themselves, right? Like, and I know you know a lot of this. What I'm saying makes sense, and you're like, yeah, I know. But you know why you're not getting through it is because you're not feeling. I posted a feeling wheel on my page that has really been helping me identify with my feelings. And I have Libra in my North Node and Pluto. So yes, those are big placements, but they're not like, the big three or your Mercury and stuff like that. But your North Node is important, right? So I think like it's really important in these spaces to be able to really look at what it is when you go through these things and when you're a thinker, what it is that you really identify with and feel, and breaking it down. That's why the feeling wheel really helps. And being honest with your feelings, like despair, disconnect, jealousy, frustration, the feelings that nobody wants to acknowledge they feel, right? I feel like that would be really good for you guys to do, is identify exactly what it is so that you can kind of nurture yourself into that. Like identifying it and saying like, hey, I see you. You're feeling big feelings. Like this is reparenting. And you're giving yourself the opportunity to feel safe through your reinvention. The good thing is you're tired of being nice. I almost knocked my water over. You're tired of being nice. Well, that's because you've been neglecting yourself. You've been overly nice to everyone else. Again, looking for that exchange. We don't even realize it sometimes. Like, what am I looking for? I'm looking for my needs to be met, or for this person to behave a certain way when they don't have it in them. So I'm carrying unnecessary anger towards them and me. You don't got to ever talk to them again. As a matter of fact, I love a good cutoff. They don't deserve access to you. But most of the time, people have shown you who they are and you just didn't believe them. So being honest and real with yourself right now and going through and really allowing yourself to feel is really going to help you guys. And if you need a one-on-one, the link is in my bio, and you got this.